Hello, everybody. It is Friday the 13th, June 13th, 2025. As you can see from the background, well, first of all, welcome to the Strange Voyage Files. Joe, who are you?
Maddie.
And
Randy.
Joe, Maddie, and Randy are. We're going to review what came out today. This is not the one that came out today, Scream. I love this album. We did rank it. We're going to do the ranking first. Now, as I found with another Ozzy video I did, when we played the music, it got cut out. It got muted. The troll Sharon doesn't want people listening to music, which is really just makes no sense with Ozzy, because some videos you can do a reaction to a whole song. And then I've heard people say they've had to delete videos and edit videos and the whole thing. So I wasn't going to play that game with this. With Ozzy albums, we're just not going to play music. We'll tell you the ranking and then talk about the album. Okay, so we're going to go through our rankings first, and we're going to actually pause this video after we do the album, because then we have to go back and do the bonus tracks. We didn't do the bonus tracks, but that's fine. Okay, so the first track is "Let It Die." Maddie, what do you give it?
I gave it a 5.
Why'd you give it a 5?
Because I really liked the bass and the drums.
Okay, and this is a good band. This is Blasco. You have Tommy Kluftos. What?
Randy died.
And Gus G. And I always want to say Rick Wakeman, but no, that's the dad, Adam Wakeman. Randy, what'd you give this one?
4.
Any reason why you gave it a 4?
No.
You just like it?
Yeah.
Randy's kind of the one that doesn't give much feedback. I gave it a 4 too. I think it's a really, really strong song. It's a really. They have been fighting all day. If you are not married and you don't have children, watch this video, and I guarantee you will probably never want to get married and have children after this. But I do think this is a strong lead-in song. It's a pounding. It is a heavy metal rocker. Very good song. The next one is the title track, "Scream." And Maddie, what'd you give it?
A 5.
Any reason why?
No.
Randy, with tape on her mouth, gave it a 4. Any reason why? She just likes it. I think this is a classic Ozzy song. Great single. It's got the hooks. It's got the melodies. It's got everything that you want. The band on this album sounds phenomenal. This was a very strong lineup, and I think it's terrible we only got one album out of this band. Next one is Soul Sucker.
Sucker?
Well, it's Soul... Oh, that was going to be the name of the album, though. Soul Sucker, yeah. The album was originally going to be called Soul Sucker, and they went on the internet and said, "What did you think of this?" And everybody said, "No." Maddie, what'd you give it?
A 5.
Any reason?
No.
Just like it?
Yep.
Randy, you gave it a 5?
Mm-hmm.
Any reason why?
Mm-mm.
Just like it? I think this is a great song with great hooks, great melody. I give it a 5 too. Just a right in your face rocker. Absolutely great song.
But we should have done this on June 11th.
Why?
Because it was released on June 11th.
The original one, yes, we got the Wikipedia page up on another screen. It was your good point. Now they did the re-release today, so that's why I'm doing it today. But good point, Randy. So on June 11th, yes, it was. So it's 15 years old, 2 days ago. Life Won't Wait, Maddie.
5.
Okay, any reason why?
It was just a really good song.
Okay, Randy. And she's taped her mouth.
Off her mouth.
This is, you know what this is? No, this is for the older people in the audience. Okay, this is for the 45 and older. This is like one of those SNL early news things where like Chevy Chase is, not news, but the early ones where Chevy Chase is Gerald Ford and he's doing all these asinine things. That's what Ding Dong over here. So you gave it a 5, just like the song? Randy's pretty simple. I gave it a 5.
She gave it a 4.
Oh, you gave it a 4. Sorry. I gave it a 5. Great Ozzy ballad. Again, very well put together. The video, I think the video was
Wait,
directed
what
by
song is this?
Life Won't Wait, right?
Okay.
The video, I believe, was directed by Jack. He did a really good job. Just a great, great, great song. The next one is Digging Me Down. Maddie,
I gave it a 5.
any reason why?
It was just a good song.
Okay, Madison, Randy, what'd you give it? She gave it a 4. Okay. And I gave, what I give it, a 5?
4.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's a really, really good song. I like this one, I like the verses more than I do the chorus, and that's kind of what brings it down from a 5 to a 4. But again, it's a rocker, it's heavy. This album is pretty heavy, too. It's probably the heaviest he's done since No Rest for the Wicked. So, great, great song. The next one is Crucify. Maddie?
I gave it a 5.
Okay, she gave it a 5. Randy gave it a 4. And I give it a 4, too. It's not a filler song by any means. It's really good. Again, I think the verses and the bridge are better. It's a little anticlimactic when we get to the chorus, but a really good song. The next one is Fearless. Maddie?
I gave it a 4.
Gave it a 4. Randy gave it a 3, so it's an okay song. Same thing with me. This is bordering on a filler song. I know a lot of people really, really like this song, and again, this is very heavy song. There's a couple others, especially when we get to the ones that were left off, that I think would have been a better fit for this album than Fearless. The next one is
Time.
Time. Maddie,
I gave it a 5.
any reason why?
No, it was just a really good song.
4, good song, Randy. I think this could be my favorite song off the album. It is a 5. This song is a little bit complex in how the chorus goes, and I love that. I think Ozzy sounds great. This is, I think, before auto-tune. I mean, there were still Pro Tools, but I think he does a great, great job, and it's a unique song. It's not something that we've really, like anything we've really ever heard from Ozzy before. I love this one. 5 for me. Next one is
I Want It More.
I Want It More. Maddie?
A 4.
Randy gives it a 3. Yeah, this is a 3 for me. This is where we start getting anticlimactic. I Want It More is definitely a filler song. There is nothing memorable on this one for me at all. Next one is Latimer's Mercy. Maddie?
3.
3, you give the highest. Randy gives it a 2. I give it a 1. This song sucks. This should have been left off. It's absolute garbage. I don't know if there's no direction with this song, so it should have been left off. The next one is I Love You All, which is just like a minute track. It's him telling everybody how much he loves them, his fans. It's pretty anticlimactic. Randy or Maddie, would you give it?
2.
Randy? Yeah, I give it a 1 too. Really?
Shut up.
Randy, stop. Yeah, it could have been a better song on here than that one. Great gesture and whatnot, but no. All right, we're gonna pause the video.
Say the total for the
Oh, the total. Yeah, sorry, totals.
I gave it a 4.4, which rounds up to a 4. Down to a 4.
Mine adds up to a 3.6, which rounds up to a 4, and
Randy's
tape mouth over here.
Randy's rounds to Randy's is a 3.5, which rounds up to a 4.
And that makes sense. This is not Blizzard of Oz, not Diary of a Madman, not No Rest for the Wicked or Bark at the Moon, which I think those would be like 5 albums. But this is the best album he's done since No More Tears, and that's it, you know. Okay, let's pause this. We're going to listen to the bonus tracks, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We just listened to the 3 bonus tracks. The first one is Hand of the Enemy, Madison.
I gave it a 4.
Sleeping Beauty over there gave it a 2, and I give it a 2. I can understand why this was left off the album. Yeah, it's not all that great. Next one is One More Time. Madison?
I gave it a 5. Randy also gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5. This one, Randy was actually kind of excited when she was listening. We got some life out of her.
I know
because
she wasn't just sleeping.
this is the one that should have been on the album. They should have taken that crap Latimer's Mercy and I Want It More. And they didn't even need to put I Love You All on there. This would have been a great 10-track album. Or actually, I think it would have been 9 if they took those 3 off and put One More Time on there. It's a 5. I don't know why it didn't make the album, with the exception of they wanted to have a good song for the bonus tracks for the tour edition, which we're going to talk about in a second, to boost sales. Last one is Jump the Moon.
I gave it a 4. Randy gave it a 1.
And I gave it a 3. Filler, it's just a filler, but it's a decent filler. Again, if we're going to have a 10-track album, if we're going to take off Latimer's Mercy and I Want It More, Jump the Moon and One More Time would have made this album pretty darn good. We're not going to add to what our ranking is because they're bonus tracks. Okay, so let's talk about this album. So now I've said that, you know what, and actually when I said Randy was kind of reminding me of Chevy Chase doing Gerald Ford. Also, if you remember the Jeopardy, Celebrity Jeopardy, where Tom Hanks is in it, and of course they do parodies where they're morons. Randy was kind of reminding me of when he got stuck in a plastic bag with the tape. So that's my baby girl. Okay, so when we got this album, we got something like this. You had variations. It was not available for on album in the U.S. You got either a CD or a tape. And I got this is not my original one. I bought this off of Amazon or something like that. And I do remember I got this, and I do think this album is the best thing. I will fly the Bob Daisley flag until the day I die. The Bob Daisley albums are the best. Then it varies. Usually not all that great. Maybe about half of the albums are good, or songs on the albums are good after that. The rest are kind of trash. This one is the only one that's pretty solid. The whole from No More Tears, Stops the Greatness, and then you get Mediocrity with the exception of this. So this is the one that's a great album. Zach's not on this one, and I remember Ozzy did say that the reason he didn't have Zach on this album was because he's starting to feel that his stuff was sounding like Black Label Society, and I agree with that. So I think as much as I love Zach, Black Label is very different from Ozzy. I'm much more an Ozzy fan than a Black Label fan, and I think it was the smart move for I don't think they should have fired him, but that's what did happen. I think it was the second time he got fired. So then Sharon, being the greedy troll that she is, she did this with Black Rain too. About a year later, you got this. The tour edition, and this is where you get those 3 bonus tracks. This is where CDs are kind of being phased out, and streaming is really, iTunes and whatnot are really coming into the fold. So Sharon wanted to really bleed everybody, and other people were doing it, but Sharon did it with these 2 albums, Black Rain and this one, to boost sales. And you got other ones on this. You got Bark at the Moon live, Let Me Hear You Scream live, No More Tear live, and Fairies Wear Boots live. But Hand of the Enemy, One More Time, and Jump the Moon were the unreleased songs. And each country, you could get a different flag from where you were at. All right. So we have all that. And then you can't get this album. Okay? You just can't get it on LP. Until the box set comes out. I did not get the box set. Now, I believe I said in another video before, I have Osmosis and Down to Earth on LP. I got them as imports when they first came out at a local record store. It wasn't Rolling Stones. I always talk about Rolling Stones. This one was at Hip Cat Records. So I got both of those albums on LP. If I didn't have those 2, I probably would have gotten the box set, the See You on the Other Side box set. So what I did a couple months ago is went on good old eBay, and people were selling vinyl versions of this. I said, I'm going to buy it for about $180. Now, here's my logic. A lot of people love Osmosis. And this is the luck of the draw. I understand. You don't have to say in the comments, well, hey, it was your own stupidity. I understand that. I thought that the next album to be released on vinyl was going to be Osmosis. I hate that album. I think it's his worst album. Yes, I think Patient Number 9 is better than it. But people love the Osmosis album. I thought that was going to be the next vinyl release. So I figured, okay, I'll buy this on vinyl. People had bought the See You on the Other Side box set, broke it up, and they were selling these individually. So I did. I got this, and I'm not going to take the records out. But I did get this. I mean, it's beautiful for $180.
That was $180.
Yes, Randy. Comes with a nice
Oh my
book.
god.
And then you open it up and yeah, Daddy was a ding dong.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can actually admit to that for once.
what do you mean?
So
Oh, that I was a ding dong?
Yeah.
Oh, it's few and far between. And this is black vinyl. I mean, I'll take. It's nothing special. It's neat, but so okay. Happy go lucky Joe. So happy I finally have every Ozzy solo album on vinyl. Yay, yay, yay for me. Then, and I know it's like Vegas. You got to try to figure out what's going to be released. But I'll still blame Sharon because I can't stand that troll, that greedy troll. She probably knew that was the one I bought and just wanted to. Guys, people don't want to hear you be ding dogs in the background. Randy, if you want to go, you can go. If you don't want to stay in here, bye bye. You gonna flip chairs? So many people are gonna be stay single after this. So of course Sharon decides that this is the one she's gonna release. So this came today from Amazon. Amazon sucks now. Not even sealed. There was actually a piece of packing tape over this. Whatever though, that looks like everything's fine. So get out of there. Okay, so here is the new one. I got, since I have the black vinyl, I got this exclusive sea blue vinyl.
Wow.
And I can guarantee it's pretty much the same one. I'm just curious to see if this is the same SKU code. No, it is a different barcode. So this may be considered a different edition, which would make me at least somewhat happy. I mean, it is a different barcode. So, all right. Maybe this one will still be worth a little bit more. And this,
How much was that one?
This one's only $35 because it's a mass release. And the weird thing is, the other one that they released was Black Rain. Black Rain was released a couple of years ago. But it was like, why? I don't really care about this hype sticker. Why was Black Rain released as vinyl? Nobody cared about that album. Absolutely nobody cared about that album. All right, so let's see what this one comes with. I don't know if that one came with a poster. I don't know if this one's going to come with a poster or anything. Nope. Nope. So we got.
Wow, it's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Getting that in camera. Then we got the blue vinyl. Oh, I mean, it's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is.
Pretty.
It's pretty. It's a pretty vinyl, but it doesn't look like it comes with the poster that the box set one comes with. So okay, it's a little something different.
Wait, what's that?
They do them on 2 albums now. This is just the other album. So I have them all now. I have both versions. And I think this album was released originally in 2010 in Europe. I believe it was. Don't quote me on that. But it is a great album. It's a lineup. It's very reminiscent, at least to me, of Lock Up the Wolves. You got a great lineup. Now, Gus G didn't write anything on this album. This was all Kevin Churko and Adam Wakeman for the most part. And Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy doesn't write anything. Ozzy may have written some lyrics. Yes, he does melodies, but he may have written some lyrics on this. But it is leaps and bounds from Black Rain, which was Kevin Churko and Zakk Wylde and Ozzy. But you can see that without Zakk, and I hate saying this because I love Zakk, it just becomes a much better album. It really, really does. So, this is a great album, and I love that we have the original Ozzy logo back for this album. That was something that we were missing on the previous albums from or actually from No More Tears on. But take that back from No Rest for the Wicked on. But No Rest for the Wicked is just awesome. But I do love that we have the classic Ozzy logo. Great album. If you have not heard it, I strongly suggest picking it up. All right, so that's our ranking of Scream. And again, it really is, of the later Ozzy albums, it is by far the strongest. I got to give a shout out to my buddy Ralph, who does the Almost Human channel. He is one of the other people that I know really, really loves this album. And Ralph has great taste and stuff. Him and I like a lot of the same albums that a lot of people don't like. We both like No Prayer for the Dying from Maiden. We both like Lock Up the Wolves from Dio. So, doesn't surprise me that we both like Scream. But definitely check out Ralph's channel, Almost Human. Great guy, great channel. You will absolutely enjoy it. All right. Ding Dong over here. Tonight, her project is going to be to do the Instagram. So hopefully we'll have that on. Again, if you're single, for the love of God, I love you so much. You know I love you with all my heart, right? Stay single. If you want, you're hitting me on camera. They're going to call the police on you.
Okay.
I'm going to stay single. If you want a child, get a goldfish. You want to get married? You know what? Get a goldfish. Absolutely fine. All your friends are getting married, and you're like, oh, I need to get married now. Get a goldfish. You'll be fine. I love you and your sister and your mother. And she's grabbing my arm and whatnot. All right. From me, Ding Dong over there, Chevy Chase, and Stupid Tom Hanks, and Ozzy. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.